All right, so we completed our mind debacle of the time dragon, and he was able to shed the rest of the shadows and poof off into time and left us to die, apparently. Then we went back and we got the message back from the people who went into the sewers. So we followed them into the sewers. We met Julius's mom on the way there. Then we fought some shadows, and the bird shadow that we originally saw at the very beginning of the last episode was there, and it was like empowering and buffing all these shadows. And then it turned Orin against us, and Orin started fighting Karina, which was not good, did like 12,000 million damage to her. It was not great. But then ultimately Borman did the Borman special on the Birdman. And then we mulled through the rest of it, and we found this time door. And then I coaxed Julius to give me the thing that he's hiding. That's an hourglass, so we can put the key into the door. And then it goes, and then we're on our way to the pillar.
As we descend down the staircase, and you see it sort of is going down and also like generally east towards the Silver Peak Mountains. It's like you're going in these long like looping spirals, right? That sort of reach out and then they spiral down, and then it reaches out and then it spirals down. You are descending well below the levels that you had even explored in the sewers at Moonstone, in an alternate timeline, like lower than the underground river and such that you navigated with Julius's mom back in another time when you don't really remember.
Yeah, I feel like there was some uncomfortable dialogue in that boat with my mom.
She died soon after.
Yes. And let's see, you guys are wandering down the stairs. You've got a little bit of time as you traverse down you're glowing blue.
I am.
So everyone can see who can't see.
I'm going to cast Fire Shield.
Normally, you'll cast Fire Shield on yourself. And anybody else doing, we'll say it takes, I don't know, it's probably a good hour of just traveling these stairs.
Oh, well then towards the end, I'm going to cast Fire Shield on myself.
Yes.
How long does it last?
An hour.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to do that when we like kind of get down towards when we think we're at the bottom. So then I have a full hour
When
afterwards.
the stairs stop.
It's all man-made. It's all...
It looks like hewn stone. There's steps and flagstones and
I get a
various things. But it is a very narrow tunnel. It's about you guys couldn't walk two abreast if you wanted to. You are sort of just wandering down. Occasionally it'll open up to like some crazy underground cavern. You see like there is one like large cavern with a waterfall coming down to it. You think that might be like one of the outlets for that underground river that you didn't see. You didn't hit one of those traps because you navigated it successfully, but there was like an eternal plunge possibility if you went the wrong way down that river.
Okay.
And then you come abruptly to a small, what looks like a wooden door. We'll just for the sake of ease here, we'll just show it sort of down there at the end. In a tunnel.
A door.
Imagine these are the stairs.
Might actually, yeah, that works.
And there are, like you remember the sort of Boz relief of the symbol with the 5 gems and whatever, the symbol of the Vortorum. You see that symbol in the center of this, not ordained, just carved into the wood, just that like 5 circles. And then at the top and dividing it into thirds, there are 3 symbols that are sort of surrounding this symbol as well. And the door seems very old, and that's about all you can gather at this point.
So this looks like the same symbol that was on the Not a Maze door, where we had to put the 5 gems.
Say there was no other symbols around it. This one has 3 distinct symbols.
What are these symbols around it?
One is it's sort of I can draw them for you, and I will put them up on the screen so we can see them. But one is it's a like two trapezoids on a long pole. It looks like a spear almost.
Oh,
with two
okay. Or like a
trapezoids.
halberd or something.
It looks like this.
Sure.
If you can see that, it looks
okay?
like that.
I mean,
that's the
well-
top symbol.
We'll make it and put it up for the good folks
Yeah.
at
Sure,
home.
sure.
The second one is two concentric circles. This one you do recognize from this. It's a very similar
moon
symbol
door?
to the moon door.
Oh, okay.
Two concentric circles that with the sort of like some crescent overlapping kind of situation. Looks a little like that down
Cool.
there.
The Chrome logo.
It's the Google Chrome logo, exactly. And the third
How'd you know?
is. Let me-
Maybe we should start worshiping Google Chrome, whoever Google.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it is.
I already have.
Stay back, heathens.
Yeah, so this one is sort of a weird combination of those. Like it is two arrows pointing left and right and up and down, and in the middle there are some
Circles.
navigations.
Oh.
These looks like a kind of like a star chart. These are much more ornate than normal, but it looks
Obviously.
like almost like a compass or something.
Is that where they're positioned too?
Yeah, so sort of positioned around the symbol of the Vortorum,
Gotcha.
the concentric
Yeah, yeah,
circle
yeah. Yep.
thing
Yep,
that
yep.
we know from before. That is sort of what's carved into this door.
Okay.
Um,
I open the door.
That was easy.
nice, great, and you
And
win.
time travel. You just broke time once
yeah,
again.
Sweet.
You did. I didn't do it this time. You did
Okay,
it.
so Max,
Those are
I
some
need
weird
you
symbols.
to roll me.
Oh, he.
I need you to roll me a d20 before I can tell you what lays before you.
3.
3. Fantastic. So you see,
oh, the door does open.
yes, the door opens
Well, I thought we'd have to inlay some gems.
rather easily, and you see here. I'm going to move
Well, yeah, that was easy.
some things around.
No more sewers.
Bye, sewers.
Hooray! All right.
Cool.
So you
Fascinating.
guys step into this room. You're over at that door,
I got you.
which is over there.
Max went first. Oh God, we're all dead.
I would always like to go second if the opportunity is presenting itself.
Okay. And then I'll have to do this with every single one here.
Cool.
Yes,
3.
of course.
So you see this. It's sort of a crossroads, right? Like it's like a dungeon tunnel. It goes off and straight ahead. There's a door at each end, and surrounding each door seems to be like little tendrils of black, of shadow that are almost like poking through where they can, and it's almost engulfing and like you can't quite see. If were the door open, you don't think you would be able to see through it anyway. And as your suspicions are confirmed, as you turn around, and behind you is just black roiling shadow or smoke,
Perfect.
like kind of just right behind you, like where the stairway you entered is no longer there.
Great.
And you see that
Great.
this place looks brand new, like it looks very, very recently, as opposed to the age that you saw on the other side and on the door itself. Looking at the door you now look upon, you see that this door is actually very brand new. And you see a shape on the other side of the door, as it's sort of like kind of halfway open. You see like a ghostly blue figure, like more like the outline of a person that is and carving on the back side of this door and walking in almost and passes right through you, like you're seeing
Whoa.
some kind of memory or something.
Hmm.
You're not sure, or maybe it's a ghost
Kana?
of some kind.
Yeah.
And-
What did this? Was it just like misty shape, or was there features to this? Like, was it human? Was it elvish? Could we tell?
Yeah, this is a human man, kind of tall and lanky, and he's clutching. He's putting a knife back behind him. It actually looks less like a knife and more like a scalpel, like a doctor's instrument. He has a small medical bag attached to his sash, and he's clutching something around his neck. And you can start to see him as he heads towards the middle of the room, and he sort of kneels on this dais. The door has now shut completely behind you. He has cast a few spells around this door, some kind of warding, and then he sits and he's sort of meditating on this thing that's clutched around his neck on a necklace, similar to like what you wear. It's like something you can't quite see what it is because it's clutched in his hands. And he starts talking, and he says, "My darlings, my daughter, my beautiful wife, I don't think I shall get to see you in this life again. However, if there is anything after this, if the Aether forces are willing, I will see you in the next life. I hope this works." And he gets up, and that's kind of you see the last thing you see before is he goes right over to the center of this like stone dais, and he moves something aside, and he puts the necklace inside whatever he was wearing, and he reaches back into his bag, and he puts a couple of things inside there, and he says, "May the next souls to find this have better fortune than us. If there is a tomorrow, I pray for a better one." And then the ghost like kind of vanishes out of existence.
Arcana check of what just happened?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a 21.
21. This is a vision of the past. It was some kind of memory that this room has. And while that you can hear distant rumblings and sort of like things are shifting in a weird, very magical, but like a very real kind of way, you think that this space is not entirely physical. It is affected by other things right now. It's almost that the shadow or whatever the Shadow King has been trying to do, it's contained in here. So it is under attack. This space, this dungeon, wherever this is under attack on multiple levels. Like probably not just in the present moment. It's under attack in the past. If the
future.
If what the dragon told you is that it's not he's trying to get somewhere, he's trying to get some when. He's trying the Shadow King may have figured something like that out and is now converging on this place as you guys have also found your way here. So this is like you think with a 21 Arcana, this is some kind of memory of this place that you are seeing for the first time.
But why are we seeing this place's memories, Rafi?
Well, they're discussing philosophy. I'm going to go try to move the stone that it did. Go ahead.
I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of different things in this. I mean, we're it's not about where, it's about when. So clearly we are when interacting with that man that just did what he did, and he might have been in the past. I think that was a memory, but we also might see some things of the future as well.
So we're looking for like a big crystal pillar, though, like a multi-crystal pillar, right?
Maybe.
And don't talk, right? Right?
Robbie, Oren always think that's a good idea.
Yeah, Oren, do not speak anymore.
Nope.
What's your signal?
Oren the
What do you
mute.
do this?
Yeah,
you do
exactly.
this when like Carol.
If
Carol
any of us
Burnett-
want to talk, well, no, I can't.
I don't think now is
We're not-
time for group.
Yeah, we're not time traveling.
We're not time traveling.
Not in the same way we did then.
This was like, rather than when you guys were existing in multiple timelines, all those things were very physical and real.
Sure.
This is very much like
that.
It was like a glimpse through, and it was very like shadowy and ethereal and very
Yep, we're time traveling.
kind of like weird. Don't say.
Just like
anything.
before.
Max, make me a might save as you go up to the. You can feel an energy sort of pulse out.
You went
from
up
the
here?
sector.
I did. I went to try to find whatever the dude put in the thing.
Yes.
17.
Nice. Nice. So you feel like as you approach this and sort of put your hand on the stone where he did, you just saw this memory happen. You feel like an energy sort of pulsate up your arm into your and around in your mind, and it almost feels like it's looking for something. It's evaluating you in some way. Like, are you worthy?
I'm being judged by
Perhaps.
mysterious forces, guys.
and
You're-
it
you
it's
are?
sort of whatever it does, you feel this presence. You're not 100% sure what it is, but it doesn't seem to be offended by what it finds, and it goes back into the stone. You see the cracks sort of like split and glow with a kind of a light bluish energy.
Oh, is it working?
And, and the stone you're able to move the stone quite easily.
Yeah, I don't know. I like went to touch it, and then I felt like it was like probing me and judging me. Like I'm glad we're in this timeline. And
It's
then,
definitely looking for something about you in particular, but you're not 100% sure.
But did you get whatever he put
and
in there?
inside, if you move the stone aside, you see a small recess in here. There are like some stone like runes sort of down on the floor level, like it's down, I don't know, maybe a couple of feet. And it's like a little cachet and you find.
yeah, I will telekinesis it all up to the surface and lay it out on the stones.
Great. There's a small satchel and a little necklace, and attached to which are two small, what look like vials. And you're not 100% sure what is in them, but they seem to contain some kind of liquid.
Okay. Well, I don't know. The guy's necklace and his bag are here.
And two vials.
Do they look like ancient?
They look very old. Yes.
What's in the
Look
bag?
like they've been here for a while.
In the bag, you find a collection of what looks like doctor's equipment. You find like a small like a listening device, like you would put in your ears and
Okay, so it's
hear something,
definitely
a stethoscope.
Guys.
A couple of really sharp looking scalpels.
Ow!
Yeah, they're like in a little leather pouch, so you're not gonna like hurt yourself. Some
Can we
bottles.
just put these in
and
there,
various
just all
other things.
willy-nilly?
And then you find 50 gold pieces.
That can't be useful right now.
Yeah.
Can I look at these vials and?
There is also a notebook. A small
Oh,
journal.
I want to look at the notebook.
I could use those scalpels to replace my guardsman dagger outfit that
So
I
you
need.
just throw them away again.
Well, that's what you do with daggers.
I'm gonna read the notebook
Okay.
for information.
Yeah. It says on the inside, it says Dr. Frankuvius Stein.
Who is Dr. Vincuvius? All right.
And it seems to be a lot of medical notes.
I want to flip to like the end.
Okay. There's an entry.
Like
in
the last few couple entries, yeah.
Yeah.
Stein is his last name.
Yeah.
Member of the tribe.
Maybe.
And and so he's
Maybe a Wookwalker.
so you see a lot of strange notes about like the life cycle of pigeons.
Sure.
You see a lot of weird stuff.
Ooh, that's interesting. Next.
Yeah, and then at the end, you start to realize that his notes are about his adventures. He became an adventurer, and he became one of the Vortorum, and he was,
This guy was one of the
chosen.
Vortorum.
And so you start to see notes, schematics, things like that drawn out of
Look, schematics.
of a room very similar to this, and a bunch of other rooms that are offshoots of this, and this temple is part of what they keep calling the big plan or the plan or the last
There's
hope.
a semblance of a map in here, though.
Yeah, there's a map of this place.
Useful?
And
Maybe.
what they're trying to do is you get the general inclination. It's not 100% clear.
Sure.
He's definitely being guarded in what he's writing down.
Sure.
You can tell
dusty.
it's
Sorry.
whew, good Lord. And but it seems like they had this one shot to keep Kenderahan, the great evil, the great enemy, from manifesting his plans and taking over. So they came up with this plan to create these pillars to basically, they would have to sacrifice, the gods would have to sacrifice themselves to keep all the other gods out of this realm. That these pillars would be their prisons, these pillars would be their salvation in the same way that he's writing about it. So that seems to be the plan. The memory that you may have witnessed is sort of him not 100% sure this is going to work.
Him sacrifice.
It
the,
seems
the,
like, yeah.
the final stage before.
Yeah.
They don't have anything else to do.
So he was one of the gods?
He was one of the Vortorum, yeah. And he was part of the ones that sacrificed themselves to
The
become these
Vortorum
pillars to
are,
keep all
again,
these
like
people
the
out.
heroes
The
who
five.
saved the realm
Yeah.
after the Ether Wars.
Yeah.
That was the...
And another one was Audrey.
The first oracle.
Audrey Windwalker was
Yeah.
one of the other ones you met in
And
sort
so-
of a form.
And we have two now, right? We know two. Dr. Frank
Mhm.
and
Dr. Forkin.
Franken,
Frankuvius. Yeah.
Frankuvius,
Yeah.
and Audrey Windwalker.
So you've met two. You've
Vesuvius.
seen at least glimpses
Mount
of
Oh,
it.
okay.
Vesuvius.
Huh.
Huh.
And it seems like he was the one who was sealing this place for the first and hopefully maybe the only time. We don't know until you guys have arrived.
What's the necklace?
The necklace is 2 vials of liquid.
Well, the necklace is the 2 vials of liquid?
Yeah, that's what's on the necklace.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like two small vials, and it looks like you can make. You know what? You don't even have to look. It's blood in there. That's like blood, magically preserved. It is like bright red.
I'm
and it
assuming
is-
this is his.
Unless it's the blood of Atmar.
No. What? Why would that guy have my blood?
I don't know.
I mean, I think you would have his.
Maybe he was an Otmar. But his name was
Stein.
Vesuvius
There's
Stein.
2 names inscribed on the top.
Great. What are they?
It's Nora and Larissa.
I'm assuming that is... Did he say daughters?
He
said
he said wife
daughter.
and daughter.
Oh, okay. Then that is wife and daughter's name. Not sure
Nora
which one's which.
and
Larissa.
Larissa. He said, "My darling's my daughter."
I'm assuming maybe he kept this to revivify
He has a
them?
lot of notes early on in his journal about
Revivify?
like resurrection, bringing people back from the dead, a lot of stuff.
I'm an
like that.
arcane guy. Divination's not quite my thing, but I think that's what these are for. I don't know if we should take them, but also,
I mean,
do we need to be in charge of
what?
those souls? I don't know. It just seems
I don't
weird.
think we are in charge of those souls.
All right. No.
Yeah, it wasn't like this doesn't seem like sacrilege. This wasn't like their final resting place.
no,
he
not
was
like
leaving
that.
them here
For sure.
so that hopefully
With the
like,
rest
someone
of his
would find it.
possessions. Yeah, like he was hoping someone was going to find this. Like, better us than the Shadow King.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
for
Take
sure.
him with.
You take it, Julius.
Okay.
I love how reluctant we are as like
Tomb divers.
yeah.
Yes, grave robbers, more like.
But
Fantastic.
this
Cool.
map, though, that's in here is, I think, of this place.
Yep.
So,
So there is, as you're looking at the map,
Yep.
so there's 3 doors. There's the one you came in
sure.
that has a stairway out of it.
Not
You
anymore,
couldn't see
but-
that stairway when you walked in. The other door has what looks like a natural cave.
Okay.
Sort of. It's
Okay.
it's not square. It's nice and
Okay.
like depicted on the map. Straight ahead is like a long corridor, and through the set of doors, and then over here is a small like storeroom, looking kind of like a finished type wood and like an underground store.
Symbols or anything on doors?
He carved stuff.
He did.
There are. Interesting point. There are no visible carvings on these doors.
Okay.
Did we see what he carved in the memory? And what door he carved it on?
Yeah,
one
we'll
behind
say.
us.
Yeah, you could see he was carving on the door behind you.
The one we came
The
through.
symbol that
Correct.
that you think.
Oh, he was carving the symbols that we saw.
Seemed
The
like
Christmas
he was doing
tree.
that and carving in that.
What's
the
a Christmas
globe.
tree?
No clue.
Yeah. You can make some probably occultism checks if you wanted to know what those are about.
I mean, yeah, I was curious before we just walked through the door.
I
but-
thought I was proficient in it, but that must be a
I mean,
different
the one
character.
was
For sure, you're pretty
Sorala.
sure that like without you don't have to roll for that. That's
Yeah,
the
Sorala
same
we
you saw
thought,
on-
yeah.
Sure.
So that's Sorala.
Yeah, go for it, man. Let's see what we got.
Nope.
10.
Probably a god.
Yeah.
One of the original 20. Will or
No.
Orin? Sorry, what Orin get?
No,
No.
I mean, I wouldn't know anything. Well, I mean, 12.
A 12. It's probably some symbol of one of the gods. Don't know which one. Didn't really study that in.
Who's
I haven't
the four? Well, do you know about the other gods, or do you just primarily know about
Yeah, there's
Vortor?
no, I know pretty much only about Vortor and what I've read in the book and what I've learned about Sorala. So these are definitely pick one of the 19 other ones.
Do we know? Would we even know the names of the other ones?
They're the names of the countries that you.
Oh, yeah.
The lands like Para is an old god.
Marina,
Zarian is an old god.
Nara,
Marina.
Nara,
Nara.
Jastian.
What would be
Nora.
the most forested place in
Well,
the continent?
Well, we're in
the
Sorala,
globe?
isn't it? There's 3 names in Sorala.
3 continents.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
The continent you are on have 3 lands.
Jastian, Sorala, and what was the other one?
Rowana is the other one.
So I think that's what these are, is what I would say.
maybe.
But I don't think that really matters or will help us.
It looks like a tree. What's the place on Earth, on Argilia that?
The most forested place
Yeah.
would probably be like Hitana or Narisa, which is on the main continent where you guys are.
It's probably Narisa.
Maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
So you want to go to the cave, the corridor, or the storeroom?
Is the storeroom just a quick hop in? Are we
I don't
gonna?
I have no idea.
There's just black also, like every door we
Yeah,
go
like
through.
the doors are like almost slightly shadowed, like they're just darker, and you can see sort of little tendrils popping through every once in a while.
I mean, if we go through a door just to explore it, there's no guarantee we're coming back.
It's true.
Well, we can't. I mean,
So we can't sit
All right.
here.
Well, everyone just sit down. We die here. It's been good.
I mean,
This was fun.
3 doors. Well, no, I'm just mean that if we can't just pop into the storeroom and then pop back,
Probably not.
potential.
Well, then maybe the unfinished place is where we need to go.
Or there's 3 of us.
No. Just shut that down right now.
Not even gonna entertain that one. Okay.
That is a contingency that I have in case we need it.
Of course it is. Yeah. Pick a door. I'm happy to follow.
Unfinished. Left.
I kind of like the cave too.
All right. As you go through the door, and I need someone to roll me a d20. Whoever's going through first.
I did it last time. I say we
I'll
go
go
around the
first.
table.
Okay.
6.
A 6. Oh, interesting. Okay. Great.
We got to the end.
You're a dragon.
No, not quite.
Dr. Fukasha.
Frankuvius
Stein.
Looks like there is a long corridor,
Not a cave.
not a cave.
What do the stones
There
look
is
like?
one door at the other end.
I mean, we're here now. Well, do we want to try to go back through and see what happens?
This
Or do we
place
wanna keep
also
going?
looks very new. And you, as you step in, you're all going into the room, I assume.
Correct. I think so.
Okay.
I mean, does Ravi disappear when he goes through the opening?
Fair.
No, as soon as he steps through it, you can sort of see this, whoosh, like just this corridor appears,
Okay.
like as if it was always there.
Look behind me.
You see Orin.
If you
Just kidding.
look behind you at the moment, that room is still there.
Still there at the moment. All right. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Thought we wanted to go to a cave.
Okay.
Well, we did, but I don't know. There's a lot going on here, man. There's the Shadow King, I think,
you
is
start
here.
to see sort of
Time is weird.
the blue shimmer again on the walls. Everything again looks like brand spanking new. And you see a very familiar elven woman that you've seen before, I should say. Maybe not familiar, but an elven woman whom you have seen before. Audrey Windwalker, at least the outline of her in sort of pale blue light, walks. She is she's wandering down this corridor, and she's like putting a couple. You see her stop and like set a tripwire. She steps over it. She's checking a few panels on the wall and looking around, and she sort of stops and looks around, and she says, if this works, it'll be a better tomorrow for everyone. And I think that is all you hear her say.
I would like to proceed to look for a tripwire.
Yep. Great. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Wow. A lot of wows over here. 7.
A 7. You are not 100% able to pinpoint where it is. You know, it's
She put
about
it right here.
Yeah, probably in that like
Do you guys
kind of
see
right in
it?
the middle of the room is where she was.
Just
working.
careful how far you walk, but I can't find it.
12? To investigate?
Yeah, you can take a look. As the blue shimmer sort of goes away, everything sort of ages down and grimes over, and now this place looks
Oh gosh.
much older than
Yeah,
it was.
definitely in a
You
memory.
see what looks like a small pinhole in the side of the cave, and there's almost a nearly invisible wire stretched across. The only reason you really saw it was that there's like a little bit of like kind of cave grime, you know, like
hanging from
mold,
it?
sort of like dripping out of the
Oh
hole.
my.
Like, over the years, moisture has escaped.
Huh. Whereabouts is it in like chest?
It's about like
knee?
knee level, like maybe shin level, like a foot above the ground.
Okay.
I'd say step over it carefully.
Leave it intact because
Yeah.
it's still protecting this place.
In theory, yeah.
Okay.
Potentially, yeah.
And we step
Great.
over it, I think. Is that what we should do?
Yeah, you can step over it.
Not sure if we should trip it. What about the panels that she was touching on the walls?
Make an investigation check to figure out which ones they were. You saw generally where they were.
8.
That one or that one. Maybe it was this one. Shit, was it on this side?
I don't remember. It got grimy in here now, man. Like I can't remember exactly.
Were we supposed to be looking at where she was?
Yes.
Oh,
So any of these memories, like pay attention.
I got a 2.
I got a 3.
10?
10. Pretty sure it's one of those two that Tony was looking at.
All right, let's not mess with it.
One of those two. Did it look like there was like another trap she was setting, or
It looked like that was less of a trap, as more of like
I mean, it could have
that
been,
was she was checking on something. She was checking to make sure that was secure.
could have been another stash of hers, or it could be,
Oh.
Yeah.
or it could be like another trap. I'm not sure. Being that this is a corridor and not like a, I don't know, dais in like a room, I feel like it's more trap heavy possibility than actual stash of her stuff. But
Could be.
so I say we just leave it lie, since we're not sure.
Can we see through the door in front of us?
No, it's closed. It has the same sort of black shadow, kind of like a cloud hanging over your head. You know, it's just like a little darker in that corner.
Gently step over the tripwire.
All right. Yep. I'll say
And-
you don't even need to roll for that.
Yeah.
'Cause you know where it is now. You can all step over it easily.
And then go to the other door.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah. Anything else that we want to do before we go?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna mess with those panels after you guys exit this room, but before I do.
Yeah.
I have disadvantage on dexterity.
As the memory faded, this door closed behind you.
Yep.
So you are in the corridor, and this is all you can see at this moment in time.
One moment in time.
Time after
Okay.
time.
And I need you to, before I move that, I will put that there. And if you open the next door, you'll have to roll a d20, whoever's going through it.
He's banging on all the.
No, I'm doing that after you guys. I'm gonna be last, and I'm
Okay.
gonna do that because you guys didn't want to mess with it, and
I
so
didn't.
Will.
Jesus. 4.
Oh,
A 4?
I have to open this door?
No, I just thought it'd be fun if we rotated the rolls of the 20s. For
No,
the
Ravi
randomness.
seems to want to speed run this dungeon.
That was a 4, Ravi?
Let's go, guys.
Great. So you come up to a very similar looking room
Okay.
from the opposite side. This time, the stone pilings that were there are no longer. And whoops, nope, it's here. It's this one. One of them.
I know Julius is about to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, there's
Yeah,
a glowing
I am.
rune on the floor of this one.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this seems
Tony, do the special effects.
this
Make it
seems
cool.
again. This room now seems
Tony, make it cooler than that.
Don't make it sad.
don't make it sad. This room seems newer. There's
What did you roll? 6?
There we go.
3.
3.
There we go.
I roll a 6.
You rolled a 4 just now, right?
Just now, but
Okay.
6
Right,
the
yeah.
first time.
Okay.
Hey,
Good.
it's
I just
green.
want to make sure I put the right thing in there.
Do these glowing runes look like the same glowing runes that were in the sunken library when we were when Nara was trapped?
No, these look different. You can roll an Arcana check to try to figure out
I got that.
what this is.
I got it. I got
I'll
it.
queue
I've
up
been-
behind Max.
I've been rolling so good.
I'm still in the other room, man.
8.
That is a magic ass circle.
Ooh, shiny
Ravi,
circle.
you know this stuff though.
You do.
So
This
old.
is like exposed, and whatever he had. So like those runes, you saw a bit of those runes
When I
in
was
the
Oh.
stone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they had like built over this. So this is actually. It looks.
Before.
So now we're
Uh,
even further.
Yeah,
in
it
the
looks.
past.
It looks further in the past than like before.
Huh.
Than before you saw Frankuvius here.
Are you
Not
keeping
like
track of where we
exceptionally
are
long
and,
ago,
how
like
we're
not
trying to,
hundreds and
yeah.
hundreds
I
of
have
years,
not.
maybe, but
Figured it
you
might
know,
be a good
before
idea.
they
Yeah.
built whatever that was on top of.
Yeah,
this
whatever
runestone,
cairn
yeah.
type thing was up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I mean, I know this is an arcane circle, but
let's
I
see,
don't know
Robbie's
what
in
it's
here.
for.
I went also.
You're there too.
I do have disadvantage on dexterity checks because of my
You're not
heavy
in this
armor.
one, It's okay. And then Julius is in there.
Oops.
The
But-
door is.
So before I join them, I'm gonna
Oh, God.
use. Oh god, the door broke.
Yeah, I went the wrong way with the door. That's all right.
I'm
Goodbye
gonna use
forever,
my
Julius.
telekinesis to, because I had it down to like 2 stones, right?
yeah, we were
So
like,
I'm
it's
gonna
either
use
one of
my
those two.
telekinesis to like, wiggle them both.
The panels.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. One. You see it. It moves, and that same sort of like glowy light comes out to your magical telekinesis powers, and it just sort of like you see like a zap of lightning, and it just stays where it was. Because you,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it's like mage hand essentially, right? Like it's a magical.
Sure. Let's
Yeah.
go with that.
That's it.
All right.
You're not
well,
able to
then,
move it with telekinesis.
then I guess since I figured out which one it is, I'm gonna go press it.
All right. You feel that same sort of energy pulse through you, and then this also opens up, and in here you find what looks like a couple of like a weapons cache. You find like a broadsword in there, and you find a couple of like essentially like short swords, but they're like there's 3 of them, and there's 2, and they're like strapped to some kind of leather gauntlet. They look like big claws, like there's a set of them. Yeah. They sort of bristle with cold energy and frost.
I will say a quick prayer of thanks, and then I will grab those things.
Right.
And then I'll just walk through the door to my buddies like, hey guys, look what I found.
Was that in the panels?
Yeah, man. This
Okay.
gloves with swords for fingers and a broadsword.
Huh.
Here you go. You like weapons?
I like swords. Is it what's the deal with this sword?
The long sword is the broadsword, right? Whatever.
Broad,
it's the same
yes.
thing. Is kind of, as soon as you grab it, it sort of starts crackling with magical energy, and it sort of like you see a little tongue of a flicker of like flame go up there.
Oh, I have some fire magic
You're
energy in
a
there.
fire magic guy, though.
I don't use that big of a sword.
That's right.
I'm a lot more nimble. That's right.
Yeah, the other ones look like they would be like
Don't hurt
gauntlets
yourself
that
with
you would have to
those.
wear, and you'd have like Wolverine claws, essentially, is what it is.
Careful with those. I don't know if you.
That's not me. This isn't me, guys. This isn't me.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah,
Just do a little
they're
up
made-
here,
they're
and then a little over
definitely, like,
there.
smaller gauntlets. They're like a little daintier.
Tell
than
everyone to
your
fuck
hand
off.
hawks.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bear Julius?
I mean, I don't. They definitely would not fit my bear paws. If they will not fit, if your hands are too big.
It's fair.
Are my hands too big for these things?
If you try to put them on, you will notice that they do sort of expand as you put them on.
Oh, I mean, they're
They're
magical, so they'll fit to anything.
Do I think they would stay on if I transformed into a bear? There's one way to find out.
One way to find out.
All right, give me them claws.
Claws and nunchucks. I love
Just don't step on this arcane circle yet.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
what it
what's
does.
that do?
Well, I think it's the circle that was underneath the
Yeah.
first stash,
And it
Yeah,
seems like
but I'm not sure what
They're not
these
sure
runes
what it
are.
does.
we've seen 2 of the Vortorum leave. Like,
Stuff.
do you think they died here?
I mean, I think, as his notebook said, I think they sacrificed themselves here to become the pillars to save whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. I got a 5 for Arcana. I don't know what this circle
That's a
does.
magic ass circle.
Look at this magic ass circle, guys. To go with these magic ass claws. And sword.
Don't step inside it, right? Don't step inside it.
Let's see.
I'm going to step inside it.
Oh, all right.
Ravi, no. I command Ravi not to step inside it.
Well, I was wrong in the last room,
All
so
right, make me a might save.
this is fine, guys.
Probably.
I'm
Maybe
magic.
you're being judged by the magic Vortoran forces too. Don't worry.
Wait, you were judged?
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Grit?
It wasn't a 1. I just can't roll above a 5
Yeah,
tonight.
you can
It's
spend a grip point on it
ridiculous.
if you want. You can
I mean,
re-roll
I
the
have
grip.
2 of them. I have 4 of them? I have 4 of them.
Sure.
Well, it's
4 grip
grit,
points. Mark it on
charisma
your-
plus 2.
Mark it
Yeah.
on your J15 gaming.
Yeah, what's
Seriously,
that you're using
Dylan,
there?
shout out. This is way easier to keep track of things with these things.
Yes.
It is. And I have them all.
D&D with your logo on the back. It's just so cool. We love them. They're great.
It's awesome. J15 games. Thanks, Dylan. I'm going to use a grip point to not hopefully roll better than a 5. Yes, it's better than a 5. Might save 15.
Might save a 15.
Correct.
Fantastic. You feel that a similar energy kind of emanate
is this
from
what you're talking
the
about?
Yeah,
from the
yeah, like,
the
kinda tingly.
circle, and it sort of is again, it's sort of judging you. It's sort of evaluating.
I feel
you.
judged.
I know.
And
It's like
and
hazing.
It
It sucks.
does not dislike what it finds. It recedes into the teleport into the circle, and you now know that this is a teleportation circle. It can take you to any other point in this dungeon that you have seen before.
This is a teleportation circle.
Can it take us to any point in this dungeon that we've seen before?
According to this notebook, yeah.
Yeah. So you have like in your mind, you have the picture of this same room covered up with the stones with the secret cache inside of it.
Yeah, I can see that
and
room.
the hallway you were just
I
in.
can see the
Like, you
hallway
could-
we were just
You
in.
could you could stand in this circle and be
What about
brought
the
back.
staircase we came in on?
No, don't see that.
Come on, Ravi. Look for it.
It doesn't work like that, man.
But you can't see any other rooms, just rooms we've been to.
That is correct. Everything else
Yeah,
is sort of
I only see this one and the other two.
And
we
does
have to go. We have to get to them first.
Does the journal say that we have to find our soul light every time we go through these things?
What do you mean find our soul light?
When we go through this teleportation circle, if we do it?
I think Oren's.
This is short range teleporting. This is you want to.
No, we're not traveling. This is.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. It's like
Okay.
quantum physics of time travel and magic that I don't even know much about, but I can understand it, but I can't tell you. But it's in this.
Everything's
dungeon.
fine. This is all fine.
It's fine. But we can use it, but I don't think there's a point to using it. I think we just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Pick a door, Oren.
So we see a cave. Do we see a cave? Was it a hallway and a storeroom? Is that what we see
Nope.
again?
No, you see 3 more doors.
Oh, what?
No, that was just
And
the
they're
first
closed?
door, and they're closed. It's different now. We've altered it in some way.
This one.
That one.
All right.
All right. Oren's going through it. You're
I don't-
skirting
I skirt
around,
this thing, yeah.
Skirt around that thing. Roll me a d20.
No, it's fine. It's all right, man. It's fine. You have to like invoke the ancient words that are this.
Last
Any-
we
add
saw
anything?
Robbie.
Nope, just straight up d20.
Lucky 13.
13. Excellent. You find, you open the door, and it seems to be
Those are all
a
monsters.
Probably.
small wooden room that is 13. Looks like a storeroom. It is
Oh wait.
empty,
shoot.
save for a small hearth in the corner. Match up the doors. There you go.
No.
So that is what you see.
When we saw the storeroom previously,
Yeah, I
when the
think this
doors
is
were
about,
open,
I think
is
this
it-
is
No,
about,
you have not seen a storeroom.
No, it was in the
map,
notes.
in sort of like the
Oh.
schematics of this
Oh.
It
place.
seems like
oh,
it would
Like it should have
suggest that
been
this
there.
is it.
Yeah.
oh.
But it seems like currently these rooms aren't showing up until you walk through the door.
And I guess I walked through this one.
You opened it up enough
Okay.
to see what's
Okay.
in it. And then you sort of like, as you open it up, it sort of materializes as you're opening it up, like as if light
Crazy.
enters the room and it becomes a new room.
This one's the storeroom, guys.
It certainly seems that way. Yeah.
Let's go or pick another door.
No, let's go inside. I mean, the more we need to explore this entire place. This was what, 13 you said?
Yes.
And in theory, we can only go back through this door, but it might
Yeah.
change. So we'll see.
As Oren opens this door, the door behind Julius closes.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it seems like once you open one, the last one you did close. So only 2 rooms are available to you at a time.
Gimme.
So in that way, I think
Gimme.
that the teleportation circle will always be available to us because this doesn't have another. Oh, yeah, there's a door at the end.
Yeah, there's a door on the other side of this room
Never mind.
as well.
Disregard. I mean, it's true what I said, but disregard.
Well,
Let's go.
Into the
Onward.
storeroom.
yeah. Is
Hopefully
there?
it's stored with stuff.
What magical people are in here?
This one looks very,
Empty.
very old. And there are like,
Thank you.
there's old shadows on the wall, like treaded footpaths through here. And then a couple of places where there was obviously furniture at some point, like a large table or something. Like there's a lot of, soot and things gathered up in the cold hearth. now.
Gross.
Yeah. Make an awareness check. Or
Everyone?
investigation if you're actively looking at things.
But they like kept stuff here.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple
a
of
closet?
boxes.
I mean, I'll
and
actively
crates and
investigate
things.
because that's the nature of this dungeon. So
Sure.
all right, switch dice. Sick. 23.
23 investigation. Yeah, you see there's like in the corner. Whoop. Oh, nope, not that one because it just fell down to its death. In the corner,
Good riddance.
there is a pile of boxes, a couple of busted old chairs, like a bench of some kind, just some like detritus sort of scattered about over here by the by the hearth.
This just looks like old junk.
Maybe
Yep.
you guys have better luck picking doors.
With
I
the
found
23,
a
you
bench.
see that there is an engraving on the hearth of the
Huh.
it looks like a lot of engravings
Do you
actually.
guys see that? I'll go up to it and like dust it
Yeah.
off to clean it. And...
And you see it says the Rosethorn Tavern.
Huh.
And the symbol, there's a little symbol that
In
looks
common?
like the trees with the two like trapezoids on the spear.
In common?
In common, yeah. Just
The Rose.
Huh.
This used to be a
Carved in.
tavern. Is there a wall right here?
yeah, that's a wall.
Okay.
Listen, I just for the camera's sake, guys, I pulled them.
I understand,
Yeah.
but just making sure it's not like
Huh.
just
Yeah.
void of. So this used to be a tavern, but I mean, can't really tell. It's been
Yeah,
abandoned
it's long
in quite some
abandoned
time, but
at this point.
can't tell how old or when it is, if you will.
But those same symbols of the trees.
But yeah, the tree symbol is the same tree symbol, so it's in some way, shape, or form the owner of this may be connected to, or maybe
Maybe that's-
one of the Vortorum that
Or maybe that's what the symbol means, is for the rose thorn.
that it's connected to this place.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
not
know.
a tree. Maybe it's a thorn.
It's Rose Thorn,
Perhaps.
quite possibly.
I don't
Huh.
know.
Anything else of note? Any?
Not particularly. There's a couple of like.
I'm gonna look in the
boxes you could
chimney.
look through.
Like up and inside and see if there's anything special.
Okay. Yeah. Make me.
I don't know. We're finding all kinds of special weird things. So
Yeah. Roll me another investigation check.
I didn't
Yeah,
get a Ghost
do
of
anything.
Dungeon Past though.
22
22.
investigation, right?
Yeah. You reach up in there, and there is a small like sort of crevasse like
I know a lot of
picked
people
out of the
usually-
inside of this thing, and you
might
pull
hide
out
some-
what seems like a small bag filled with metal coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look inside.
Look inside. There's 50 gold pieces and a little note.
Huh. There's some gold in here, which makes sense that the owner might hide something like this in here just in case something goes wrong, but also a note.
It says for Tiapalas. Signed
4, as in the number 4.
FOR 4.
Okay.
Tiapalas?
Tiapalas. TIAPAULAS. 2 words. Tia Paula.
Is there anything else? Or is it just
That
4?
was all you found in there.
No, on the note.
Oh, on the note,
I think the gold was for Tiapalas.
yeah, it was signed Pablo, right? Yeah, Pablo.
Oh, I see.
So Pablo left this
For
money for Tiapalas.
apparently. All right. Well, do we go back and onward in a different door? Or do we go through this door?
I say we go through that door.
All right.
Do we lose access to the portal?
I don't think so. I think we'll be able to get back to it in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know how.
Would you going through the door?
Yeah, 17.
Roll 17. All right. You open this door. This door closes. And moving things around.
Yeah.
here and there.
Sound effects brought to you by
17
PeakD&D.
is
Brought to you by us. Oh, wait, wrong way.
It doesn't feel like we're moving on a labyrinth, though.
No.
How do you know?
I mean, it feels like we're moving. Things are happening.
where did you go?
But it doesn't
place
feel
is
like
under
the
attack.
ground is
Where did you come
moving.
from? Where did
I don't
you
think
go?
so, no.
Where did
This
you
doesn't
come
feel
from?
the same as the Mazerinth.
So
Yeah,
you
that's-
walk
that's
in,
the
and
Legend of the
this
Hidden
is
Temple.
a very ornately decorated
Oh.
chamber.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
But that door stays open.
That door stays open. You can still see
Ravi,
into
don't
the
look into
storeroom.
the door. Don't look back. Don't look back.
And
it
there is
Salazar
what
Slytherin?
looks like a dwarven face, sort of carved out of stone, and what might have been a hearth or a forge, a fireplace, long since cold. It looks quite old and dusty in here.
No other doors in this room?
There don't seem to be any other doors in this room.
Is there any Dwarvish written anywhere? Or, like, is there any writing
I'm going to
anywhere?
investigate because that's what we're doing in this
Fair, yeah. Investigate.
with a little extra on the side. That was only an 11.
11.
I'm going to mostly his face.
Yeah,
Its
you
face.
see there is, let's see, hold on. Make sure I'm doing this right. Ah, yes. You see inscribed on at the base of the figure.
Is it clean or is it like old and
It's
sooty?
it's dusty and
Okay.
old in here. It's like kind of grimy. You see, there's like at
I
the
need a
bottom
shower.
stair there of the forge. There's a small inscription that is not in Dwarven, as a matter of fact, but it is in Giant. You
I don't-
think to yourself, you don't speak Giant, but
I don't
yeah.
understand. I don't know this. I don't know this language.
It doesn't look like the same. It's very runic and sort of like similar to Dwarvish, but you get the idea that this is not a Dwarven man, a Dwarven face. This is a giant's face. You think this
I
is?
think this is giantish. I think this is a giant.
But it's a forge.
It is.
I spent a lot of time hanging out.
You guys
by
don't know
forges.
Dwarvish or anything,
Yeah.
do you?
Yeah, I know Dwarvish. The dwarf who worked the forge was Dwarvish. He'd love this thing.
Well, is
Yeah.
giantish similar? Are you able to make out what this says?
No.
All right. Neat.
I mean, it's really big handwriting.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's as tall
Crayon.
as a
Yeah.
step. It's 8 inches, like, but it's definitely
How
carved
did the
in there
giant write that small?
with like probably not maybe it's
probably
not
a name.
full-fledged giant, but
I
a
bet it's a
large
name.
person.
I bet it's his name, or maybe the name of the forge. I don't know. But
Possibly.
Oh,
can you
That is
walk
what you
into
said.
the fort? Like, is it big enough? Kind
Oh
of like
yeah,
a
I mean
chimney.
it's like you could get things in there for smelting, and you could probably squeeze
Might be
in there.
something else hidden up in there.
Yeah, you can investigate inside the head.
I'll go do it. Not that time. That was a 1.
There's a 1. Cool. You walk into
I
the
get stuck.
forge, and you feel like around, and then you feel like this. There's like a loose stone or a handle
Oh, yeah,
or something.
I think I got something.
And
here,
you pull
guys.
on that, and instantly gouts of flame shoot out and hit you for 4 points of fire damage.
Hold on.
You have fire shield up, so
I
does
do,
that
but
help
I
you
don't
with
think that matters.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
it's
I was trying to help.
it's spectral flames. However,
You found the one way this thing can hurt you.
creature hits me with a melee attack. That is not a creature, nor is that a melee attack. I guess I take 4 damage.
Ouch.
Ow!
ooh,
Do I come out with like my hair's all like?
no eyebrows and
Yeah, it's just like
Bald
smoke sort of curls up and around this like big good dude's mustache.
Huh.
And,
Well,
Like-
it still works.
you see the eyes sort of like light up for a minute, like in,
Oh.
on the inside.
Amazing. Is there anything to this forge that would be different than a normal forge, other than it's a giant's face as a forge. Like, I have blacksmithing as a skill.
You could
And
probably work this thing, yeah, with the right tools and stuff.
Is there anything out of the ordinary or like interesting about this other than the face?
I don't know. I'm done looking.
There's smoke coming out of your mouth, Ravi.
You can,
I'm aware.
make me.
Blacksmithing check?
Yeah.
You're not really
Well, I'm not
smithing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, make either awareness or investigation.
Occultism.
Natural 20
Boosh.
for a 25.
Nice.
Ba-ba-ba-boosh.
This place, like you're looking around the floor, like some of the markings on it, like where you would expect to find, an anvil or something that was like wearing, would have worn down the floor from being moved, or like, all the trappings that would go along with a real blacksmith shop are long gone, and fresher marks on the floor are like, there were very obviously a lot of shelves in this room at one point, and it looks like there was, not in the forge itself, but like there was a small fire in the center of the room, but like a very controlled one. You don't think that this was used as just a blacksmith shop. This was used as something else at some point.
Huh. Yeah, this wouldn't be what a blacksmith would do. This is like a fire in the middle.
Huh.
I don't get this. Does anybody draw really well?
No.
I'm gonna heal you for 4 though.
Cool.
Can I take a page out of the...
Probably a good idea.
Can I take a page out of the journal?
Yeah. Blank page. Is there a blank page in his journal
Yeah, there's probably at least
at the end?
I'm going to tear a page out and I'm going to draw as quick as I can this image, because my dwarven blacksmith mentor would love this.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go like lay down. Yeah, I'm just gonna go like stick a hand in to illuminate like inside the forge. See if I can't just like see the lever that Ravi pulled, and see if there's anything else in there.
Okay. Make an investigation check. One of you is gonna.
It's
get
over
it.
there on the right.
Aha! Artificial 20.
Artificial 20. Yeah. So like, if like on the inside of the cheek is where Ravi was, and like back towards what would be, I guess, the uvula of this giant man, there seems to be like an actual like a lever, like that would release something.
Guys, I'm gonna pull something.
And with a dirty 20, you can see there's like sort of an outline of a small opening at the back of the mouth of this thing.
All right, I'll grab it.
Great.
Pull.
It opens a door, closes the door behind you. Roll a d20 to see where you go.
Go for it, Tony.
Oh, that was another door?
There is a door in the back of this thing.
2.
2.
2, baby.
Fantastic.
Wait up, guys. I'm almost done.
He's sketching. And you...
I've already rolled the
into-
d20, man. It's happening.
Dive through the mouth.
the same crossroads room that you were in before, with the stone pilings intact. There is a door here that is open. 3 closed doors. The back of a hearth behind you.
Same room, but the stairs are back.
Yes.
And it looks new?
This one, it looks very old.
But not-
Unlike when you first entered it and saw the memory, it was new, and then it looked new while you were in there, and then it turned old
okay.
after the memory faded. Now it just looks like it's old again.
But the rune circle is under here then.
yeah, I think so.
We haven't gone straight before.
Let's do it. Roll it.
Lucky 13.
Again.
Is there a
13.
hallway? Do I open the door and there's a hallway again?
You open the door
No,
and
it's
there
the
is an
roast
empty
storeroom.
tavern.
It's a roast room.
Oh, guys, I keep finding the tavern.
So shoot. Okay,
Does it look the same, or are there people in there now? Is it new, or
This one looks the exact same.
no, guys? Never mind. And I close the door. Never mind. We've already been here, and I close the door.
Okay, close the door.
Never
Open it
mind.
again.
I open it again.
As soon as you open that door, this one closes.
Okay.
Just keep opening until we see a different room.
Everybody open a door at the same time.
Roll a d20.
Just implodes and
Can I do it again?
Yep,
5. Didn't we roll 5 already
No.
too? Okay.
5. You have not rolled a hallway. You find
a hallway.
a hallway. My hand's doing a lot of moving around. I knew I would be. It's okay.
Does anybody feel this giant omnipresence like bringing these rooms into existence?
Yeah, it's probably the big
Yeah, it's
time
kind of
dragon.
Kind of crazy.
Maybe it's that giant. Maybe it's the giant who wrote the.
Pretty sure it's a time dragon.
I'm gonna call the giant Ben.
All right, it's a good name.
Yep. And that was a 5, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
You see before you a corridor. No blue lights.
Careful
I'm
of a
not
trip.
opening doors anymore. We don't find any cool stuff when I
No,
open the doors.
Of note, there is make an investigation check.
I say I would like to search for traps or something, just because the
I mean,
one
it might be the
hallway-
same room, but just different.
Artificial 20.
Artificial 20. There does not seem to be any traps or panels in this room.
Cool.
Still step slowly.
Yeah, and I'll make my way to the edge of the hallway.
All right.
With a 9.
9. Ooh.
What, for the door?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
Everything. You enter a. You come
Whoa.
into a large, circular, hexagonal library.
Small, well, actually large. Circular, actually hexagonal.
Library, actually tavern.
Shut your face. Right. This one might be a little hard to see, so I'll try to move the camera. Maybe closer is better.
Wait till it
Yeah,
fully
that's
manifests, Julius, before you describe it. Wait for it to fully manifest.
Yes. So at the end of this corridor, you walk into a hexagonal room with a sort of a stone
What'd you roll?
entry, sort of sunken area, and you're surrounded by rows and rows of long, dusty books.
How many books do we have to pull to find the secret door?
You like books, Ravi.
I do.
Yeah. What peruse? Yeah, I would just like to peruse
yeah,
a couple
same.
of the titles.
You see books about the history of Argilia. You see books written. You see some scrolls that are like about the 5 pillars, like balance and creation and those kinds of things. But they're not like the Book of Vortor. They're like ancient texts about balance and like about the 5 pillars of the faith.
But
You
not.
see,
Like early Vortor religion
yeah,
stuff?
there's some like medical texts. There's a lot about herbology and like medicine and herbalism, that kind of thing. There's one about the botany and plant species of Argilia. There's books about the lost treasures of Argilia, and specifically like there's a whole bunch on the area that you know as Lobos, which is part of the main continent. And yeah, see, it seems to be, it's a rather eclectic collection, a pretty expansive collection.
Any indication of whose library this is?
Or what time period we might be in?
You think you are in? We can make an awareness check, I guess.
One question.
Or a con
Well,
check.
when
I'll
does
say
the
arcana.
history of Argilia book? When does it end? What's the last thing it mentions?
Sure. This particular one ends.
It had to be written in common, or else I can't.
Right. Yeah, it's
Okay.
written in common.
Printed in.
These
Anara
books are
545.
really old. Like so, some of them are falling apart. Like so as you start to pull some of them just turn to dust in your hands. But you're able to gather a few of them and like one of the history books, and it seems to cover a lot of the like early Argilian ages, like the before the Empire for sure. But talking about things that led up to the Ether Wars, and a lot of it's like sort of written as a mythology, like this is how the world was created, and there was the 5 Ether gods and the 5 Nether gods, and they had 20 children, and they became, kids.
Nothing good in here, guys.
I rolled a natural 20 on Arcana for my question.
And your question was specifically
Whose library was
whose
this,
library
and/or is there any indication of like whose this is, or any like something telling us what this is?
Yeah,
Kind of like the Rose Thorn Tavern.
Roll me a
and like
percentile check. Just roll me a percentile.
Sometimes people stamp property of and then their name on their book.
precisely. Sorry, I only have 2d10s. I couldn't find them. 84.
You see that a lot of these books are marked with one name or one set of initials, and it takes you a while looking through the books. You see MB written in the back of all of them
Do you
on
notice?
the inside cover.
You see that all these books are MB?
And then with an 84, you eventually find one tome that says the name Morgan Blacksteel.
Morgan Blacksteel. MB. I think this is Morgan Blacksteel. Does that name mean anything to you guys? Could be another one of the
And then
Vortorum,
roll
another one of the
me,
5. History?
Roll me just one more percentile.
I mean, that would make the most sense.
44.
44. That's about all you find in here.
Seems plausible. I mean, everything I know about the Vortorum was like in, like, not code, but like in verse, right? Like
It
there was
certainly
never
seems
any
kind of like
names.
that's how these books are.
Yeah. They were all like in my book, they're all just like references to like various traits of the people, or very vague.
I think this library belongs to Morgan Blackstone.
Steel.
Steel?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, well, I'd like to look around to see if there's like
I mean, there doesn't
door
have to be another
somewhere?
door, but
Is there a staircase?
There is a
Staircase?
Well, there
staircase
is on
up
my-
to,
Oh,
there's a staircase
I
up to
there literally
right there,
is.
Robbie.
Okay.
Right there.
Sorry, I was looking at this MB initial on every single book in here to
God.
figure out where we are.
and wouldn't you know it, there's a door at the top of those stairs.
You think
Oh.
Morgan would mind if we took a book?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
Remember what
I also
happened?
think he's dead.
Well, we've been taking things.
He did.
I was gonna say, remember what happened? We did something else in time.
I kind of want to give that herbal book you found to my mom.
I don't know what'll happen.
I mean, I've took.
You have the blood of the relatives.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem
Correct.
is.
He has the blood of the relatives. Can I just have a book about leaves, please?
Yeah, you can take a
All
botany
I'm
book.
saying is I don't know what's going to happen taking these things. Seems fine.
Maybe I
Yep.
shouldn't. Right?
Again, I don't know.
I'm not going to. I'm putting it back. I'm putting it back.
We've been taking
I'm, like,
things.
grabbing
I'm
my
scared
ear.
you two guys too
I'm
much. to just,
grabbing
like
my
loot
ear.
a dungeon. I'm so sorry. You don't think anything would happen if you took a book.
Just like you didn't think anything would happen when you whispered those words.
Yeah, I'm putting it back, and I'm grabbing my ear, and I'm looking at Ravi. I'm like, I don't think I should take it.
I don't. It's
Great.
different, but yeah, we're in a very weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know what'll
All right.
happen.
Going up to the door at the top of the stairs.
I believe it's Tony's roll.
Roll a d20.
I roll a 3, which is the normal room.
Yes, you come back to the first room that you saw. You see again the memory of
Oh, we see the memory again.
of
Dr.
Frankuvius,
Frankuvius.
yeah. And you see that sort of play out again, this time from the other side of the room.
Do we notice anything different with a different perspective?
No, you do not at this point. Yes,
Got a great
so we
figure.
gotta
Well,
move him
since in my notes, all I
Switch
can
out.
do is draw up. Can we go to the upper room?
Yeah, roll it, Will.
Guys, every time I've opened a door, we've gone
So
nowhere
far.
good.
We haven't got anywhere bad.
Well, watch out. Watch this then. 14.
That's new.
14 is new.
See?
It's just
It's a broom cupboard.
Okay.
Oh, it's the rose thorn again, but it's in its prime. I don't know. What is it?
Ben, we'll take over. We'll figure it out.
You got this. Don't worry. Everything's fine.
And natural 20. Oh, we win. That's where we got to go.
See this. You see tables and chairs
Oh, my.
over here, over here. Tables and chairs.
Have I taken us to the Rose Thorn every time I've opened a door?
I don't know. Maybe.
Except when I re-rolled, I
you
guess.
just wanna
Sorry,
get
what was
drunk?
this?
What's going on,
14?
man?
Yeah.
14?
14.
Yes. This time you step into the Rose Thorn, and it is. It seems to be after hours. It's late at night. There's nobody really here except for one person who is sitting. Two people, I should say. There is.
Jan Jansen.
Oh, sorry. One person, just one person, sitting, blue shadow, like outline memory
Oh, sure.
of a person, sitting over by a table in the corner, by the hearth. This
Pay
time
attention.
there's a fireplace.
Maybe.
And this,
Maybe we'll see him hide.
Oh, is
what
it
I
a
found.
person or a
No,
ghost?
it's
a
a shadow.
ghost of
It's
a
a shadow.
shadow.
It is. But what you were
It's a
seeing is
memory.
you see a man dressed in like finery, looks very gallant, and is playing a guitar, like a harp, but it's got sharp edges around it. It's like an axe, but also like a harp strings in the middle of it.
Dope.
It's very strange, and it's a very strange weapon. It's like a halberd and a lyre had a baby, and that is the what you see. And he is sitting with his feet up on the table, just strumming away, playing songs about the moon. And you hear that a lot of these lyrics are all about the moon, and he's strumming and thinking, and stops playing for a minute, writes something down, closes the book that he's been writing in as well. And then you see he looks up suddenly, and as if someone was calling his name from the other room, and he sort of nods. He takes the book that he was reading and puts it inside the hearth, like not up in the chimney, but like in a stone above
Sure.
the hearth place, back behind a photo or a painting, a drawing that was on the wall, a drawing. And he steps out of the room, and he disappears.
I'm gonna go check to where he placed that book.
Great. You're able to, again, you feel that sort of like magical energy pulse through you. You are able to move the stone without getting hurt in any way. And you see
Better than the last hearth.
and you see a book, Max, a very familiar book to you.
I'm gonna take it out and
This is like an original copy of a book that is titled simply "The Helping Friendly Book."
do we know
Fascinating.
do we know the title of your book?
Yeah, I mean that's what it's called, is the book that I have. But if that's like,
No, but did we know that?
oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
We've had group and stuff.
Helping friend. This is the book you have.
Or at least a version of it. Yes, it seems.
I
to
mean,
be.
named the same.
Yeah.
OG copy.
Yeah. First edition. This is probably worth a bunch of money. Is it autographed? I'm just kidding.
It's illegal, isn't it?
Then it's really worth a lot of
yeah,
money.
Exactly. To the right person. I mean,
On the black market.
Yeah.
sure.
Interesting that it's
Yeah,
here.
I would
and
like to
who that was.
Just like flip through it and see if I recognize.
Any notes too? I mean, he was writing in it, so maybe it's
Yeah.
note taking. Maybe it's his muses.
There's some things in this book that like yours has footnotes from.
Oh
from,
yeah.
From your mom and maybe some other people who were part of the Order of the Divided Sky. This seems to be it's signed on the inside. It does have
It is signed.
his name. You see the name Islington Morrison written down on the inside.
Any indication of whose it is?
It says Islington Morrison. I don't know.
Huh.
That I
And,
mean, I'm not
there's-
sure anyone
yeah.
knew who wrote this previously.
Sure.
Yeah, you see some similar passages. You see the passage of the Wolfman's brother. You see
The brothers are fake.
you see the brothers are fake written over and over and over again.
Just
15 pages
Yeah,
of that.
exactly.
Fake
Exactly.
as a lie.
Great.
Yeah, a lot of sketches, a lot of like
Just skip over that.
you know, love poetry and like and some of it starts to document like sojourns that these guys have that Islington and his compatriots have gone on. There's sort of starts turning into this like epic tale that is echoed in what the book you have.
Huh.
It's like an early version of the book you have.
Sure, before
Like,
the edits, before
Yeah,
editors got their
sometimes
hands
people
on,
like
sure.
some things got left out, some things
King James
misinterpreted.
Edition 4.
exactly.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. So yeah, you see that, and
Before the heathens got their hands on
But this is the guy that wrote your book, probably?
I mean,
at least parts of
it.
it. maybe.
Suggestive. of
Probably.
that, yeah.
who also seems to be one of the Vortorum.
Whose name is probably Islington?
So
Yeah.
we have Dr. Fakashabred,
Dr.
Frankovius,
Frankovius,
Audrey Windwalker,
Audrey Walker,
Islington.
Islington,
Morgan Blacksteel,
and
Pablo.
no giantish guy that we don't know the name of.
We haven't
You haven't seen that part.
Yeah, Pablo
of it,
and Tia Paula are the only other.
Other
names
names,
that
but
we've
that's
seen.
more than 5. So
Right, and we've seen.
I don't
three
think they.
Ghosts.
I don't know.
So
Pablo
maybe there's
and
two
Tia
more
Paula's
ghosts?
just seems way too common of a name for this ilk. So I'm ruling them out right now.
Maybe Pablo, but Tia Paula could be good. Is it still written the rose thorn with the 2 symbols?
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still you still see it there.
Still says the Rose on the Tavern.
But it's newer. Everything here is this is a more
It's like
Yeah, this is
intact.
like it's just kind of empty. It's not like he was the only one you saw here.
Should we try to talk to them when we see
I
them?
don't know if he. I think it's just a memory.
Yeah, you saw the same one twice.
Yeah.
Nothing different.
Okay.
Nothing
It was
different
sort of
happened.
like-
I'm pretty sure
sort
we
of
can't
like
interact
this
with
message
these
will
people.
self-destruct.
Are we going through the door?
Yeah,
that what that was for?
It's time.
I don't
yeah.
think there's
Okay.
anything else to look in here.
Yeah.
We got the book that he placed, so
I
I think
got-
we're good.
in 18 for the next.
That's
door.
new,
Yay!
I think. Yeah, it's new.
Yeah,
It is new. Yes.
it's a good number.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mhm.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Mhm.
10,
Mhm.
11.
It
We've been
is
through half
the
of the numbers.
The last
the forge room again.
we're gonna be here a while, everybody. The last time we rolled an 18, you turned into a purple dragon.
Yeah.
I think we've rolled an 18 since then, but yeah. Oh, the giant face again?
Oh. What was the last giant face? 13 or 5?
17.
This time
It is not a forge, or it's just a forge.
there seems to be just an open room. However, there are some things in this room.
Roll initiative.
I don't have a dang bookshelf. That's fine. This row is this time it's lined
Why,
with
you want to spar?
shelves and bottles, and this looks like there's some tables and stuff set up in here. That it looks like like an herbalist shop. There's like dried things hung up on the ceiling, and it looks like the forge was removed. Like you can see like new stonework around there. And
This is the same room, though.
yeah, it's
and
the
we
same
think
room
it's
for
after?
sure.
We think it's after the forge
Post forge,
or before the forge.
pre forge.
It's a little hard to tell. Probably after. Like that was all the stone when the forge was whole looked the same. This looks different. So like this was a change that removed
Yeah,
the
this was a
forge as
remodel.
opposed to putting. in
This is a
the- yeah,
remodel.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I get any sense, judging by the herbalist ingredients hanging around or bottles, like what the general scope here is? Using some of my
Oh, sure.
just my
Yeah, like,
limited herbalism
all
knowledge.
kinds of stuff. Like a lot of health potions, and mostly like healing tinctures and that kind of stuff. Not a whole lot to do with like poisons and detrimental type herbalist stuff. It's very like life based and very focused on. It seems like there's a lot of flowers. Like you recognize some of the flowers, like the Inarin flower, the purple
the ethereal orchid.
Yeah, the ethereal
thing.
orchid.
Yeah.
And I think you found one other one. You see that. You see like
There was the one that helped us float or walk.
Yeah.
That was that one.
That was the other.
That
There
was
was
the
the
water
the
breathing.
water breathing marine
Oh.
one.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
like
the
the
marine
red fire starting one.
Mm-hmm. Little fire flower. So yeah, you see like dried bunches of those, powdered versions of all of that stuff.
Well, we definitely loot this place.
Well, it probably was Dr. Frankenreuter's room because there's a lot of healing stuff, and he was a doctor.
It's true. It's possible. working that
Everything
way,
in
but-
this room is also a little bit bigger than like normal size. Like these are all slightly oversized.
Which
like,
would also-
Or is
chairs.
the unnamed giant's room?
I mean, it's giant, yeah, in nature in general, but not sure if it's that giant's room. Just could be
Yeah, I mean not
Dr.
like
Frank
20 feet tall,
Suvius.
but like
the forge went out of business,
Large.
and the herbalism guy
Sure.
bought the place and remodeled.
Down
Any-
here, though?
Any indication of name or whose this is?
yeah, you
Again,
do
we can't read
see there is
giant-ish,
another
but-
book out on that has a bunch of notes on all the flowers
Giant?
that are
In
here.
giantish?
It's an oversized book. Yeah, it's like
No,
you
but
know,
in giantish.
some of it's in common, some of it's written in like giant.
Oh, okay.
But you do some of it you can cipher. But this is definitely like a healer and like a cleric type herbalist shop. You see another symbol that wasn't on the door originally, written in a lot of these, sort of embossed on the front of this book. It looks like
Okay.
again sort of a journal, but you do make out the name Khan Ishantik is the name that
Possibly a number 5.
you see here. And there's a lot of shamanistic kind of vibes going in here. Like this was certainly a holy person, or like a natural healer of some kind. But definitely like this person was probably pretty big. Like even the book is like
Like the
17-inch
Beatles?
MacBook
Was he as big
size.
as the Beatles?
As big as the Beatles. Yeah, and you see notes on all of the different flowers from all over the country, the world, and a lot of notes about warding, magic, and things about like using divine energy and healing and shamanist power to like seal souls and entities, like to bind things to the earth itself, to the realm.
Makes sense.
So a lot of research about like sort of maybe what was the origin of what became those pillars, like to basically a lot of notes about like taking deific powers and concentrating them to a point and then getting them to do something that you want. And you do see that there is a lot of like warning notes, and he starts writing things about like that there is a lot of danger in trying to do this, and more than likely it would cause whoever was to enchant this magic, they would need to be an exceptionally powerful person or group of people, and that it would more than likely cost them their lives as well as the gods. But the other thing you see is that there's sort of this like a remainder in a math equation, right? It keeps coming up, and he keeps circling it, and he keeps sort of like, and you see like there's other notes from in not his handwriting, but in common from writings from who you now, having studied Dr. Frankuvius's notes, like he's written in the margins in some of these, and it was like they were trying to figure something out, and there was like this remainder in an equation, and they couldn't figure it out, and it just kept coming back to V, and it was like in this all these equations, and then there was just like a V, and they circled it, and then V, and they circled it, and V, and they circled it.
So the V is either a good thing or a bad thing.
And there's
or sorry, not good or bad, but it was either the solution or it was the remainder of the solution that keeps coming up that they can't solve.
Yeah.
V or 5?
Don't think Roman numerals are a thing.
It could very well be a number. It might be
Fair.
a number, but it's written as V. So in like between Giantish, Common, all the fantasy languages that exist.
I mean, these are equations.
That principle applies.
So, yeah.
Like it could be a letter or it could be a number.
Yeah, it
Let's
could
say
be
that.
either.
I only got to letters and numbers in school,
I'm
so
not sure about, well, it's also different languages are kind of at play here, Giantish being one of them. So it's either a letter or a number, but it's either they solved it multiple times or they kept coming or they were unable to solve, and this was what keeps coming up and what they didn't understand what it was or why it kept coming up.
Right.
I'm going to investigate the rest of the room, though, for things. 8?
A lot of flowers.
A lot of
seeds
flowers in
and
here. Let's go.
I know that these are health
compounds and
potions.
stuff. Yeah, you could probably make an investigation with advantage if you wanted to.
I'm gonna make an investigation by dipping my finger and tasting it.
Definitely taking that book, though.
Yeah. There's
What did you say? Investigation? 16.
16. You can very easily suss out that a lot of these are healing potions. You could be like, that one's a healing potion. That's a healing potion.
I'm gonna drink both of those.
So, all right, great. You gain 2 hit points
For each one?
for each one.
And you grow 3 feet.
You do not grow 3 feet.
I was down a little bit from our fight in the sewers.
Yeah. There's a fair number.
There's more of them?
There's like,
should we
there's
take some?
Definitely, you can get a small case of them.
I don't know if we want to take anything though.
We can take it. It's fine.
Now we can take it?
It's different.
Okay.
All right.
Well then I think that one's a health potion and that one's a health potion.
We should take the health potions.
Yeah, you can have. They are
mushroom based.
That's
Patero
fine.
was wrong.
There are,
Patero
yeah.
was wrong. That is how you make health potions.
There's 4 other health potions in here.
Take 2. Each can take 1.
What? Okay.
You have one. You have
I don't
one,
know,
and I
I mean,
have 2.
I have a whole bunch of healing that I get to do. I'll
That's
just take
fair.
one.
All right, I'll take 2 then.
Then I have one.
What does the moonflower do? What is the moonflower?
The moonflower.
No, you have 2.
Okay.
You can, with a little bit of like referencing the notes, you can figure out what most of these flowers are. There is a flower called a lunar lotus that is kind of a silvery looking lotus flower, and they are native to the Silver Peak Mountains. So if you had like gone further up there, you would have found
Overland
some.
as opposed to underground.
Yeah. Its petals glow in the moonlight, and you get advantage on any stealth checks if you imbibe this flower. For
Solid.
if you are in shadows, you basically get
Probably doesn't make my
advantage on
armor
these.
less clanky.
Right there, and there's like each of there are
Yeah, there's like
samples.
bunches of each
Of
of them.
all of
Some of them
these?
are like powdered, and yeah, there are tons in here.
We should take some of all of those.
It all seems
Right.
very useful.
They all do very cool things, and we can unpack that another time.
Great,
If
great.
we want to.
Bag of flowers? Are you
Yeah,
just
so you
gonna
have,
write bag
we'll
of
say you
flowers?
get like a vial of each of the 20 like flowers, so you can enough for each of you to use.
Great.
Several. Yeah,
No, don't.
like so they're like
So you
these
can
are,
walk
like,
on water.
refined. These are very well processed. Like so, you get like a vial is like it would be like instead of eating a flower, like you just need a pinch of the powder, and you can
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, we are
probably
definitely
get like
taking.
10. I'll say 10 of each one per.
It's
per
a tincture.
thing. Yeah, it's like powdered.
Yeah, we'll
flour.
deal with that later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
various different colors.
blow all these flowers.
Do it all, baby.
Guys,
Yeah,
just can't-
the effects are very great. They generally don't last like forever. Like I think
Sure.
the airwalk was like a minute, right?
Yeah.
Comes
So it
on
wasn't-
quick, but doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
yeah, but this is concentrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it all.
There may be some, yeah. With additional research, there might be.
Pretty sure if you do all of it, it will be permanent.
Probably not.
Pretty sure that's right. All right. Anything else you're doing in this room?
I mean, I'll go back because there was that lever. That
I mean,
revealed
that-
the
yeah, I
door,
couldn't-
So I would like
Through
try
all this
to.
mess, I don't know. I couldn't find another door.
Yeah. So like I said, there's like shelves and stuff that line
Yeah.
this room. We're not going to take time to set it all up, but you go back to where that lever was,
Yeah.
and you don't see particularly.
Oh,
there is a
gosh.
shelf of like empty bottles up
Hmm.
here, and
Pull
one
the
of them
bottles,
is a
man.
little like stuck
Like
in
a library
place.
book.
Mm.
So you
Yeah.
bring that one particular bottle, you got to move a couple out of the way, but there's one sort of like strange shaped bottle that's like a little like sort of like a Coca-Cola bottle, we'll say, like it's got bulbous things on it.
I guess I'll try to
Weird
pull it.
Yeah, you pull that off and it lever opens the door, and you walk through.
Is it my turn?
Roll a d20.
I did it already, I think. Oh, 15?
15.
No, we didn't do that one yet.
Yes. Perfect. I love the dice. It's a great thing. This time you walk into the Rose Thorn Tavern. This time it is empty. This time it is still very nice, nicely appointed. It is empty, save for one figure, a nicely dressed man with a silver goatee and graying hair, in a button-up vest and a red bow tie, sitting behind the bar. He pulls out three drinks.
Is this a silvery memory or is this like actually?
This is
a
an
flesh
actual
and
person. here.
Blood.
This
person.
is the first person you have seen here. And he
Hello?
says, "Hello, my friends. Welcome."
Oh,
to the
you're
Rose
real.
Thorn
Oh.
Tavern. We've been expecting you. Puts out 3 drinks on the table, with a loaf of bread next to each. Tiapalas on the house.
Don't mind if I do.
See,
I imagine you have many questions. We will get to them as soon as you've had a little bit of a break.
I eat the bread.
So as you dig into your bread and your tiapalas, the bartender looks at you with a kind smile, willing to entertain your questions. You also see over in the side of the room there are three beds laid out across the back wall there, and you are able to take a rest, talk with Pablo, and find out a little bit more about what is going on